Imagine with me, you're praying with God, you're worshiping God, and you're trying to get into the presence of God, but suddenly a thought pops in your head and you're just like, what am I gonna have for breakfast? What do I have to do today? Oh no, I have to go feed my dog. Oh, I have to go to work. I have to do this project. I have to send that message. Da, 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 da. Just by trying to get into the presence of God, all these distracting thoughts come into your head. Now, if that's you, please raise your hand, because that is me all the time, every single day. Some days easier than others, but most days my mind is my worst enemy. I truly feel it's a battle with the flesh, it's a battle with the mind. However, once you do overcome that part and then you're in that glory, you're in that holy of holies, that presence of God, suddenly it's almost like all the thoughts just dissipates. It's almost like everything just fades out and it's just you and the Lord in the holy of holies, in the throne room. Nothing else matters. But it's the overcoming the distracting thoughts that's the challenge. So today I just want to talk about that and what the Lord is teaching me about that. This morning, when I'm trying to get into the presence of God, I was so distracted. I had so many things to do, so many thoughts come to my head, and so there were so many demands. My mind is like, okay, well, let me order that thing on Lazada, or let me put that note down on my notes. Let me, it's like all these demands that is like calling me to do these things. And so me trying to focus is like almost calling me outward, right? And it's really distracting. So I was just honest with God. I said to God, Lord, I'm sorry for my distractions. Please help me with it. I did pray about it and I asked God, please just help me, give me some revelation knowledge to why am I this way? How can I overcome it? And the Lord did not fail. As we know, in the Garden of Eden, God says to Adam and Eve, do not eat of the tree of knowledge. But then Satan comes in and he distracts them. That was the first distraction in mankind, in history of mankind. Can you believe it? So here we are thinking oh, why am I battling with distractions? It's like, this is just me and my own problems. But I felt like God was saying to me, did you not think I know this already? Did you not think that I expected social media, the modern world? So God is not surprised by our distractions. God is not surprised. Let me just say that again. He is not surprised that you are distracted. In fact, he expected it. He knew that was the number one thing that would prevent us from coming to his presence. I had this image in my mind that God gave me, which is really relatable. It's Coke. So I don't know who loves to drink Coke. I don't personally, but we all know the famous Coca-Cola brand. Coke, right? We have the real deal and then we have the counterfeit ones. If you have not tried the real Coca-Cola product and I give you the counterfeit one and say, this is Coke, go ahead and try it. You'd be like, this tastes good. Wow, I love it. Right? But you haven't never tried the real product. How can you have any comparison? That goes with our relationship with God. So the presence of God, the glory of God, God himself, Abba Father, is the real product. Every other distraction that we have that we think is a demand that we need to go to, that is a counterfeit product that we think will satisfy our needs, that we think we have to do right now because it's so important compared to the presence of God. Now let's say that person who I gave the counterfeit Coca-Cola, let's say I threw it away. Here's the actual real Coca-Cola product. Try this. And I give that person the real product and that person drinks it. His mind is going to be blown. That person having drank the real Coke now is like, wait, what? I've been drinking fake product this whole time? That is the same thing with the presence of God. Anyone who have not tasted the real presence of God will fall for the distractions of the world. But once you've tasted the real presence of God, the real Coca-Cola, then you would say no to distractions because you know these are fake demands and that you'll just hunger and tarry for the real presence of God. So I think the lesson for all of us in this really distracting world is that, are you falling for the counterfeit product? Are you falling for the fake demands of the world? Or are you tarrying and hungering for the real presence of God? Because once you've tasted and see the goodness of God, once you've tasted and see the glory of God, nothing else will satisfy, no distraction. Yes, they may come, right? Counterfeit products are still there. There's so many fake products in the world. Prada bags, Gucci bags, there's even fake love. Once you've tasted the real thing, you will say no to the fake thing. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. So I really felt like God said that to know the real product, the real presence of God, not the counterfeit, is a process of the renewal of our minds, because we've been programmed to find and choose and seek the counterfeit products of the world. We're not conformed to the program of the world, which is that we are programmed to seek counterfeit products. So if we truly want to seek the real thing, we have to wait on the Lord. Those who wait on the Lord, He shall renew their strength. So if we wait on Him, despite the distractions, because we know it's distractions, we know that's what Satan wants. Satan is putting distractions there as counterfeit, that we run to them despite the distracting thoughts, despite the demands of the world, despite those like bombarding intrusive thoughts. I will fight those thoughts, wait on the Lord until His presence falls on me, until I enter into the Holy of Holies, and then everything else, as I said, dissipates. And then that's when you taste the real product.